hired a private investigator to follow my husband and discovered he was investigating me. 3 weeks ago, I found a receipt for a hotel room my husband Jake never mentioned. Sand City, middle of a workday. My heart sank after 12 years of marriage. Was this really happening? I hired a private investigator that same afternoon, not just any taille but the best in the city. Cost me $2,000 upfront, but I needed to know Marcus. The investigator promised discretion and results within 2 weeks. The first report came quickly. Jake was indeed visiting hotels during lunch hours, sometimes twice a week. Oren's paid cash, always alone when entering. My hands shook reading the surveillance logs. The man who kissed me goodbye every morning was living a double life, but something felt off about the reports. They were too vague. No photos of Jake with anyone, no names, just times and locations. When I pressed Marcus for more details, he seemed evasive. I decided to follow Jake myself one Thursday, watched him leave the office, walk 3 blocks to the Marriott. My pulse raced as I waited in the lobby hidden behind a newspaper. 20 minutes passed, then 30. Finally, Jake emerged from the elevator with Marcus. They shook hands like old friends. Marcus handed Jake an envelope. Jake handed him cash. My blood turned ice cold as I watched them chat casually before parting ways. That night, I searched our home office while Jake showered. On the envelope hidden in his desk drawer M5 were surveillance photos of me, at my yoga class, at lunch with my sister, at the grocery store, even entering my therapist's office. Pages of detailed notes about my daily routines, my credit card transactions, foreign records showing calls to Marcus, the quiet I'd hired to investigate my husband. Jake had hired him first. I confronted Jake immediately. His face crumpled when he saw the photos spread across our bed. The truth spilled out in fragments. My secretive behavior lately, the new passwords on my phone, the way I'd been distant. He thought I was having an affair, the hotel visits. He was meeting Marcus there to review surveillance reports about me. I laughed bitterly at the irony. My suspicious behavior that convinced him I was cheating. It started the day I found that first hotel receipt. I'd been distant because I thought he was betraying me. Changed my passwords to protect my search history about divorce lawyers. We both hired the same investigator. Marcus had played us masterfully, collecting fees from both sides while feeding our paranoia. He gave each of us just enough information to keep us suspicious, but never enough to reveal the truth. The therapy sessions Jake discovered I'd started going to deal with my fears about our marriage falling apart. The lunches with my sister, crying sessions about my suspicions. We sat in our bedroom, surrounded by surveillance photos of each other, realizing we'd paid thousands of dollars to destroy our own marriage. Trust once broken by suspicion doesn't simply return when the truth comes out. Jake moved out last week not because either of us cheated, but because we'd both believed the other capable of it. Marcus kept our money. We kept the wreckage of what we'd done. Sometimes the greatest betrayal isn't infidelity. It's the loss of faith in someone you promised to trust for